Hello everyone, this is yet another video, a quick tutorial on a quick and easy way to bypass CLM, constrained language mode. Sometimes you might find that you've got an access to a machine, but when you're trying to run some PowerShell scripts or something, it's giving you errors and failing, or you're getting access denied. So this is just a quick way of demonstrating how to bypass that, a way that I found using a unique way. So I'll quickly demonstrate that. All right, quick. Now, first of all, I'll show you, because I'm using a machine here, which is this machine to demonstrate. And I'll quickly show you how to actually, there's an article here that I found. I'll quickly show you. That's my proxy machine. Oh, just a minute. So this is the command that I ran to actually enable the constrained language mode. So if I put it here, I think I got it here. That is the command there. So you're basically setting up this policy to 4. And if you want to disable it, then you just set this value to 0. I'll put this in the description. And the article that I found this on is, I'll just open that article. It's a Windows article. It's not the right way to do it, but it's for demonstration purposes. So if I put this here, PS, and I'll do a PS log. PS. And this is what it says here, that well, we have never. So basically it says this is not the right way to do it, but this, if you want to actually disable or enable constrained language mode, you can set that value to either 4 or to 0. And that's what we've done. And just to actually confirm that it is enabled, this is how you actually enumerate. And if you run this command here, session state, if it says full language, then it's disabled. If it says constrained, so in this case, we have to run it in PowerShell. I'll just increase the screen. So if you run that command, execution context session state language mode, and you see it's got constrained language mode. So basically it means that you can't actually run scripts on this machine that are not signed by Microsoft or approved. Basically you have app locker on. So if we, for example, I've got, so now I'll just quickly show, because we've got our Metapreter shell here, and this is where we have. So for example, I uploaded this file here, powerview.ps1. So if I try and run that PowerView, you see you've got all these errors, so you're not able to do anything with it. And just to confirm the language mode as well, in here, you'll see that it's set up to constrain language mode. So what we're going to try and do is, I had shown that shell, there was a tool that I had that was called shells. And I found that if you get a shell with this particular, a reverse shell with this particular tool, you actually have the constrained language mode bypassed. So I'll just do a quick demonstration on this. So if I go to, oh, something happened to, oh, that's what happens when you don't migrate to a stable process. So I'll just restart that again. Yes. We'll set CD desktop. Actually, no, it wasn't the previous one. So maths.exe. I'll disable antivirus for this particular one because that's probably what happened. I'll just upload that file again. Oh, here we've got our listener as well. So let's clear that. So, oh, sorry, sessions. Sessions 4. Execute -h -f notepad. I want to migrate to this process basically. 1532, so that I have a stable shell. Okay, so if we go to shell, and again, if we enumerate the constraint language mode, put it there. It's constrained. Again, if you want to run the power view, you get the error. All right, cool. So we'll do the shells, the one that I did. I've got a video about this. I'll put it in the link as well. I did it in one of my videos, so I'll go into shells. I'll put a link to this tool, which I found on GitHub. I'll actually quickly show it to you. This is the guy. Very useful tool. And just download and run this shells.sh. So, all right, I'll run that. Go to option 1. I'll put up my listener, which is 198.51.100.2. I'll put it as port 444. Put it as 1. Oh, sorry, I'll just have to repeat that again. 198.51.100.2 444 1. I'll go to 12, which is I'm at this stage 1 here. 12. It will save a CS project on the temp folder, so I'll put that as well. I'll have to save that. enter URL that, and it's going to go public. And this is what we're going to do. So we're going to run this command from here and listen on 444 and serve on port 80. So I'll clear this. I'll split the screen into two. On this screen, actually, while I do that, because that command, all right, I'll run it. So if I'll just go to CMD on this one. All right, cool. So I'll set up the listener here on NC-4. I'll go to CD temp. I've got a video on how to use this, so if you don't understand, just go through that video on my list. So if I serve 80, which I'm serving the CS proj, and if I just dump that whole command which I copied, that there, it should be able to run. If not, then I'll have to encode this on PowerShell and run it from PowerShell, but this should be able to run. So if I do that, you can see it uploaded that, and you can see we've got a reverse shell here. And if we try and enumerate the constrained language mode, hopefully we should see that it's full language. I'll close this screen here. If we enumerate if we paste that, you see it's got full language. And if we go to that folder where we were trying to run that script, right? CD, it was CD, it was this guy. CD, let's say. And you might remember before we were trying to run this and it was failing. And if we try and run this now, Power View, oh, just a minute, I'll try and see what the problem is with that. So you can see, sorry about that. So you can see we got that shell on 444 and it's got full language. And if we try and import that Power View as well again and just give it a go. So I was just confirming some issues I was having. So all right, again, we'll just enumerate the constrained language mode just to confirm that it is no longer constrained and that it is full language mode. Full language mode, and remember before we had it as constrained language mode. And then again, so I have uploaded that Power View, which is here, and so I did some research, and to actually run this particular one, this is the command that you will run. So you sorry, that's just to enumerate. So these are the commands that you'll run to run the Power View, which would never work if you had constrained language mode. And again, we've confirmed this full language mode. So run that, which gets the path from this PS1 Power View here. And then we invoke that. And then we should see that it should work. We'll try something like get domain. And there you go. Again, if you had constrained language mode, you would not be able to get this working. So this is a nice and quick, easy way of doing that using the shells tool as well. Quickly run again this just to confirm. Let's see, do we have constrained language mode? Full language mode. Yep, again, this is what you've got. And before, you remember we had it as constrained language mode. I don't know this one here. Let's see. You see, this is the original where we got our fast shell from. The machine, you've got constrained language mode, and in our shell we've got full language mode. Again, that's a nice and easy way of doing this. Found it very useful. If you have any questions, I'll try and put everything on the description, but if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thanks for that, guys.